What is the best way to start and end your day for healing? Look, that is not a rhetorical question. It's one of the most powerful invitations that I can offer you on your cancer journey, because healing doesn't begin with a supplement or a scan result. It begins with you and the quiet, deliberate moments that you claim at the edge of your day. Those can be the difference between barely getting by and truly moving forward. This is the Cancer Boss Method podcast, the place to be when cancer sucks and you don't want it to. In today's episode, we're diving into something that I call bookending your days, how to create a daily healing rhythm that starts and ends with intention and not urgency. So today you're going to learn why your mornings and evenings are biologically primed for healing, how one good choice in the morning creates a ripple effect for better choices throughout the day, what happens to your nervous system when you give it a rhythm to follow, and how to stop forcing your healing and start flowing with it. Plus, I'm going to walk you through a few gentle reflection prompts so that you can try to begin to shape your own healing rhythm, one that works for you and not against you. So let's get started. So let's begin with one simple truth today. Your healing is not just about what happens to you. It's about what you are intentionally creating space for in your life. When you wake up and you go to bed, you are in two of the most energetically open and biological sensitive states of the day. These are like portals, like little tiny sacred openings where you have the power to shape how you relate to your body and your healing. This isn't about doing more or being perfect. It's about creating a gentle rhythm that says to your nervous system, I am safe, I am steady, and I am choosing healing. When we start the day with intention, we interrupt the habit of scanning for danger, which many of us develop after a diagnosis or after a trauma. So instead of waking up in problem-solving mode, we begin with purpose in the day. And that purpose may be something as small as drinking warm lemon water, or stretching, or doing yoga, or taking 3 mindful breaths. Maybe it's just smiling and saying good morning to those that you might share your bed with, which for me is a man and a dog. But these are simple acts that ripple through your day in a big way. Now then, when we end our days intentionally, we give ourselves closure. We create a place to release the noise of the day and slip into repair mode. Healing doesn't just happen when we're awake. Some of our most powerful repair happens during sleep. And when you've created a space for your body to rest, not just to sleep, but to settle, you activate that healing on a cellular level. So, no, bookends are not going to guarantee you a perfect day, but they will shape your day. They will help you make recovery faster, and they'll help you remember who you are, even in the messy middle, as you're teaching your body and learning how to heal. So let's take a moment to ground this idea with something familiar, something that we can relate to, which is your food choices. So let me ask you this. Have you ever started the day with a healthy, nourishing breakfast, something aligned with your healing goals, and you noticed how it kind of helped you stay on track all day? That is not a coincidence. It's actually a well-researched phenomenon called priming effect. I love that name, the priming effect. Studies have shown that people who make one healthy choice early in the day are more likely to make similar choices throughout the day. One study from the Journal of Appetite found that a high protein breakfast specifically improved food choices later on. That first aligned act actually becomes a mental and biological tone setter for the day. So why does this matter for healing? Well, because of this. Because every good choice builds momentum, and then momentum builds confidence, and then the confidence builds consistency, and consistency is what healing is built on. If your first and last choices of the day, they are not small. Those are not small decisions that you're making. Those are foundational decisions that you're making. So let's just go a little bit deeper, because whether we realize it or not, the way that we begin and end our day programs our body for something. If we wake up in chaos or end the day in worry, we teach our system to stay in a defense mode. But if we shape those openings and closings with even a little bit of love and purpose for ourselves, we are writing a new program for ourselves. One that might sound like this: I'm no longer in survival mode. I am in healing mode. Morning rituals say, step forward with intentions. Evening rituals say, it's safe to go to bed and to rebuild. This isn't about strict schedules. This is about a loving repetition that you have with yourself. Eventually, it's not going to feel like effort anymore. It's just going to feel like home. And that's what healing is, as a return to yourself. Now, if you've ever felt the burden by a rigid schedule, I want to offer you this, because flow heals and force depletes. You do not need a military style routine. You need rhythm. You need something soft. You need something supportive, and you need something that's uniquely yours. Rhythm is a pattern that your body craves, and it's not about control. It's about safety. Your body doesn't heal in chaos. It heals when it feels held, when it feels seen, when it feels loved. Research shows us that consistent rhythms in sleeps, meal times, and getting some light exposure, like the big ball of fire that's in the sky, the sun, it actually supports our hormone balances. It helps with our immune function, and it even helps us detoxify better. So when your nervous system settles, healing becomes biologically available. And the best part, your rhythm that you have, it has no rules. You get to shape it to fit your life. So I want to close today with a few questions. No pressure to answer them all. Just listen and feel what rises to the top inside of you. Let's start with morning reflections first. Here's a couple of questions to ask yourself. What is one thing I can do in the first 10 minutes after waking to feel grounded? What food or drink helps me start my day feeling energized and cared for? What word do I want to carry through the day with me? What word do I want to carry with me today? How? That's better. How about an evening reflection? What does my body need to let go of from today? How can I signal to my nervous system that it is safe to rest? And what is one thing I can set out or prepare to support tomorrow's flow? Aren't those great questions? Look, you don't need a perfect day to heal. You just need to be present in your day. When you begin and end your day with love, you're not just creating habits for yourself. You're actually building trust. Trust in your body, trust in your process, trust in your healing. And this rhythm, you are shaping it yourself. It's not just about routine. It's about your declaration. It's about a vow to yourself. I choose healing again and again with every sunrise and every quiet good night. Isn't that a beautiful mantra? Let me say that again. I choose healing again and again with every sunrise and every good night. Now, so if today's episode really spoke to you, I'd be so grateful if you take a moment to follow the show here, to leave a review or to leave a comment, or to share this with someone that you think needs this message right now, because you never know how a single rhythm, something that you have shared, can change someone's day or their healing trajectory. I'm Leslie Nance. This is the Cancer Boss Method podcast. Thank you for listening, and I will see you next time. If you have enjoyed this episode, it's time to connect. Make sure you follow this podcast and check out all the socials on anystagecancer.com. If you're ready to talk about your own healing using the Cancer Boss Method, then click the link below this episode. Hey, and remember, cancer's not your destiny. Okay, I'm outie.